Ladies and gentlemen, after many weeks of relatively warm and dry conditions, cold air has now begun to seep into the southeastern regions of the United States, bringing frost, bitterly cold mornings, and even the possibility of freezing in some high mountain areas. Meanwhile, weak low-pressure systems are moving across the east, signaling the possibility of light rain from tonight until early tomorrow morning, before the weather turns dry and gradually warmer again by midweek. Today's bulletin will bring you a comprehensive picture of this weekend's weather developments, from the first frost of the season, the brief early week rain, to the climate outlook for November across the United States and Canada. Right from early this morning, cold air has covered most of the southeastern United States. Residents in the Appalachian Mountains, as well as the upstate regions of South Carolina, North Carolina, and northern Georgia, witnessed a morning blanketed with fog and frost. In many places, temperatures dropped to only 31 to 34 degrees Fahrenheit, equivalent to about 0 to 1 degree Celsius, causing a thin layer of ice crystals to coat lawns and rooftops. The National Weather Service has issued widespread frost and freeze warnings and advised people to protect plants, livestock, and household water pipes. Potted ornamental plants should be brought to warm places. Livestock and outdoor pets should be kept in windproof shelters, and water pipes should be insulated or drained to prevent freezing. This is the first sufficiently strong cold spell of the autumn, and it is also a sign that winter is very near. However, while the cold morning may discourage many from going out, most areas will have a beautiful sunny day. From mid-morning onward, clouds gradually clear and gentle sunshine appears, though daytime temperatures remain below the long-term average. In plains and central state regions, highs only range from 58 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, about 14 to 19 degrees Celsius. In mountainous areas where higher elevation and trapped cold air linger longer, daytime temperatures are only around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The dry chill, clear skies, and crisp air create a very pure winter feel, offering ideal scenery for light outdoor activities such as walking, hiking, photographing fall foliage, or organizing short camping trips. You should bring a light jacket or scarf when going out, especially in the early morning or late afternoon when northeasterly winds are more active. By Sunday evening, the weather begins to show slight changes. Forecasts indicate that a weak low-pressure area moving from the southwestern United States will slide across the southeast coast, bringing sufficient moisture to form scattered showers. This rain will begin late tonight and may continue into early Monday morning. Expected rainfall is not large, generally from 5 to 15 millimeters, mainly concentrated in coastal and central areas of North Carolina and South Carolina, extending down to northern Florida. This is considered a light rain event, not significantly affecting daily life, but it can make roads slippery and reduce visibility on early Monday morning. Current forecast models still show several different scenarios. If this low-pressure system shifts northward, rainfall may increase and spread deeper inland. If it follows an east-southeast direction, most areas will only receive brief showers. In any case, the likelihood of heavy rain or hazardous weather is very low, and after this rain, conditions will quickly return to dry. From Monday afternoon onward, the weather will tend to stabilize. The cold air weakens, clouds dissipate, and the sky becomes clear. Temperatures begin to rise again, especially from mid to late week. From Tuesday, daytime highs may reach 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, equivalent to 20 to 22 degrees Celsius comfortable levels, enough to dispel the bitter chill of the weekend. This is also an ideal time for outdoor activities, tidying up gardens, planting winter flowers, or simply enjoying the gentle sunshine after damp and cold days. Southeasterly winds are weak, humidity is moderate, creating the pleasantly dry feel typical of early November. Another important note today is the end of daylight saving time. At 2 a.m. on Sunday, clocks across the United States were set back 1 hour, marking the official start of standard time. People often joke about getting an extra hour of sleep, but safety agencies also recommend that this is the time to check the batteries of smoke detectors, gas alarms, or home fire alarm systems to ensure safety during the cold season when heaters are in use. In addition, the time change can cause the body to lose its circadian rhythm for the first 1-2 days, so you should gradually adjust your schedule to adapt. In high mountain and midland areas, this cold spell is considered the strongest since early autumn. Some high points in North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia have recorded temperatures dropping below freezing, creating thick frost on lawns and rooftops. Residents in agricultural areas have been warned early to cover crops, especially short-term vegetables and fruit trees that are highly sensitive to frost. Meanwhile, in southern coastal areas such as Florida, the weather has a different character. Temperatures there remain comfortable, with nighttime lows around 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit and daytime highs reaching 75 degrees Fahrenheit with scattered clouds and occasional localized showers. It can be said that South Florida is still immersed in late autumn conditions, while the rest of the country has begun to clearly feel winter's breath. On a broader scale, meteorologists believe that this November will be quite a complex transition month. Global climate models show that in the first half of the month, Western and Central Canada will experience warmer than normal weather. Meanwhile, along the Lawrence River Basin, including Quebec and Eastern Ontario, the trend is cooler, accompanied by prolonged light rain. The Atlantic and Pacific coasts of North America are expected to be affected by multiple successive low-pressure systems, causing alternating days of wind and rain throughout the month. By mid-November, the warm air mass will gradually shift eastward, bringing above-average temperatures to eastern states and Canada's Maritimes, while the coastal areas of British Columbia will begin to be affected by cold air from the North Pacific moving in, causing heavy rain and mountain snow. However, the most notable factor is the possibility of a major weather pattern reversal at the end of November. Meteorologists forecast that from the eastern prairies to the Maritimes, temperatures may drop significantly below the long-term average, signaling a winter arriving earlier than usual. If this scenario comes true, then from early December, the northeastern United States and eastern Canada could see the first snowfalls about 2 to 3 weeks earlier than customary. This aligns with signals recorded from global atmospheric oscillations such as the MJO Madden-Julian oscillation, indicating that the cold phase is gradually expanding and affecting the jet stream system over the northern hemisphere. Returning to the short-term developments, you can rest assured that in the coming days, the weather in most southeastern U.S. states will be stable. Although the early mornings remain cold, sunshine will return from midweek, helping to reduce the damp chill and bringing favorable conditions for daily life. Frost advisories are expected to expire after tonight as the air gradually warms. From now until the end of next week, the likelihood of another strong cold spell is quite low. The 7-day forecast shows today, Sunday, temperatures range from 35-62 degrees Fahrenheit with light rain in the evening. Monday remains cold, 37-58 degrees Fahrenheit with scattered light rain. Tuesday is dry, warming slightly to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Midweek peaks around 70-72 degrees Fahrenheit with sunny, dry conditions. By the weekend, temperatures stabilize around 72 degrees Fahrenheit with light winds and moderate humidity. It can be said that this week's weather bears the typical early winter, late autumn character. Cold mornings, gradually warming with sunshine. For people in mountainous areas or living near forests, note that thick frost can cause leaves to fall earlier, increasing the risk of slipping when traveling. Vehicles need to be especially careful in the early morning when roads may be damp or lightly iced. Those engaged in agriculture, growing vegetables, flowers, or ornamental plants should take the opportunity to cover plants at night and avoid watering in the evening because moisture on the leaves combined with low temperatures can create ice, harming plants. For families using heaters or gas stoves, ensure proper ventilation to avoid the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning when sleeping in enclosed spaces. Thus, you can see that the first weekend of November brings a rather typical early winter weather picture: cold mornings with localized frost, light sunshine in the afternoon, and the possibility of brief showers early next week. All indicate a slow but clear climatic transition before winter truly begins. After this cold spell, the weather will become dry and gradually warmer, providing more pleasant conditions for early month activities. Ladies and gentlemen, to summarize, today and tonight, the southeastern United States will have frost, colder than average conditions, and light late-night showers in some places. Early next week, the air remains chilly, then temperatures gradually rise from midweek with dry and stable weather. At the same time, remember that daylight saving time has ended. Please check your clocks, adjust your schedules, and don't forget to check the batteries of smoke alarms in your home. With this information, we hope you will have a suitable plan for the new week, proactively protecting your health, crops, and livestock against weather changes. Today's weather bulletin ends here. Thank you for your attention. If you find the information helpful, please press like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest weather bulletins we update daily. Wishing you a peaceful, warm weekend and safety before all of nature's changes. Goodbye, and see you again in the next weather bulletin.